And we're live. Warden Danielson.
Good morning, everyone. We've got a bit of a short agenda today, so we'll get down to it. Just a couple of quick notes. I'd like, on behalf of County Council, to offer my condolences to Chief Waite on the loss of his mother, and also to let everyone know that Councillor Moffat will not be able to join us today. So if you could have do the roll call, please, Mike.
Warden Danielson.
I'm here.
We've heard that Councillor Moffat won't be able to join us. Councillor Roberts.
Here.
Councillor McKechnie.
Here.
Councillor Burton.
Here.
Councillor Ryle.
Here.
Councillor Devolin.
Here.
And Councillor Shell.
Here.
Thank you.
Just a note that under closed, we're adding an additional item just to bring council up to date on the recruitment of our economic development position. So if I could have a mover and a seconder to adopt the agenda as amended. Councillor Roberts and Councillor Shell.
Moved by Councillor Roberts, seconded by Councillor Shell. Be it resolved that the September 8th, 2021 Haliburton County Committee of the Whole agenda be approved.
All in favor? That's carried. Is there any declaration of pecuniary interest or general nature thereof today? Hearing none, we will move on. There's no delegations. So could I have a mover and a seconder to adopt the minutes of August the 11th? Councillor Devolin and Councillor Burton, thank you.
Moved by Councillor Devolin, seconded by Councillor Burton. Be it resolved that the minutes from the August 11th, 2021 meeting of Haliburton County Council Committee of the Whole be adopted as circulated.
All in favor? That's carried. No correspondence today. So first up will be our status report on roads. Good morning, Mr. Sutton.
Good morning, Warden. Good morning, Council. We have our monthly status report. A lot of work's being completed since our last update in August, and we're expecting a very busy month this September. So we're hoping for not as much rain as we've had recently. So a few projects are a little bit behind. We should see surface treatment actually start getting completed this week. All the grading's been done, but they're a little bit behind on that. Maintenance activities are going well as in addition, and the rail trail contract, we did clear the condition from Infrastructure Canada, and that contract will be starting later this month. On the rail trail, we will be having a status update at council, and we'll be having a roundtable meeting at the end of the month.
Thank you. Any questions for Robert? Councillor Roberts.
Thank you. Thank you. And to Robert, it's basically about the rail trail. So I was riding recently from the village of Haliburton down to sort of Donald area, and I noticed that it had been graded, which actually made it harder to ride because now it's all a sandy surface. Great that there aren't sort of potholes and whatnot. But I just wondered if you can confirm for me, through the grant that we received and the project that we're doing there, where is the resurfacing? Where's the extent of the resurfacing?
Sure. Further to the report we provided to council, because of COVID and other escalation in prices, we're concentrating on the southerly 15.5 kilometers of the rail trail to do base improvements as well as the granite overlay. So that's the first 15.5 southerly kilometers. The north 18.5 kilometers has been done over the years, but does require further work. And we're looking at options on how we can best do that and provide a best surface for the whole entire length of the rail trail within the allotted dollars.
Thank you. Just further, if I may, because I think I missed that part. I know when we had to retender out where the start and finish of this new resurfacing. And like I said, sadly, because it's all graded, nice and flat, without it sort of being rounded, the ATVs tend to sort of push the surface up to the sides. but it also makes it really, really, really difficult to ride a bike on that right now at this front end, which is unfortunate. So anyway, I look forward to continuing with the rail trail conversation at the end of September. Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. And we are exploring alternatives right now. We are aware of the situation. Thank you, Councillor.
Any other questions? Could I have a mover and a seconder then to accept the status report for September? Councillor McKechnie, and a seconder, please. Councillor Roberts, thank you.
Moved by Councillor McKechnie, seconded by Councillor Roberts, be it resolved that the September 2021 status reports on capital projects, operations, and road maintenance be received for information by Committee of the Whole.
All in favor? That's carried. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is EMS, and Chief Waite will be giving us an update on response times for 2022. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning, Warden, member of council. Yeah, what I've submitted to you is the response time plan for 2022. Annually, we have to have a plan developed prior to October 1st, and it needs to be submitted to the ministry by October 31st. The plan that I have proposed is unchanged from last year. You may note that last year in the year-end report, I noted that we slightly missed our target one and CTAS 2s. However, I have been monitoring throughout the year, and as you can see with the attachment, as of July 31st, we were meeting our response times as per this plan. So my proposal is to leave the plan unchanged and submit the plan as it was last year.
Are there any questions about the proposed plan? Hearing none, could I have a mover and a seconder to adopt or accept the report? Councillor DeVolen and Councillor Schell.
This will take a while. So moved by Councillor DeVolen, seconded by Councillor Schell. Be it resolved that the Haliburton County Committee of the Whole receives the September 8, 2021 staff report detailing the proposed response time plan for 2022, and that it be recommended to Haliburton County Council that the following response time plan be adopted. Sudden cardiac arrest, 20% of the time within 6 minutes from crew notified, Haliburton County Paramedic Service will endeavor to have a responder equipped with a ready-to-use AED at the location of a patient determined to be in sudden cardiac arrest. CTAS 1, 30% of the time within 8 minutes from crew notified, Haliburton County Paramedic Service will endeavor to have paramedics as defined by the Ambulance Act and duly equipped at the location of the patient determined to be CTAS 1. 65% of the time within 15 minutes from crew notified, Haliburton County Paramedic Service will endeavor to have paramedics as defined by the Ambulance Act and duly equipped at the location of the patient determined to be CTAS 2. CTAS 3. 65% of the time within 20 minutes from crew notified, Haliburton County Paramedic Service will endeavor to have paramedics as defined by the Ambulance Act and duly equipped at the location of the patient determined to be CTAS 3. CTAS 4, 65% of the time within 25 minutes from crew notified, Haliburton County Paramedic Service will endeavor to have paramedics as defined by the Ambulance Act and duly equipped at the location of the patient determined to be CTAS 4. And CTAS 5, 65% of the time within 30 minutes from crew notified, Haliburton County Paramedic Service will endeavor to have paramedics as defined by the Ambulance Act and duly equipped at the location of the patient determined to be at CTAS 5. And that's it.
All in favor? That's carried. I didn't want to cut you off in case you were going to carry on.
I thought maybe everybody dozed off after that.
Okay, thanks, Chief Waite.
Thank you.
Next up is finance. And good morning to our Director of Corporate Services.
Good morning, Warden and Council. The first report I have is the check register report for August. Our checks and EFTs, PAPs all totaled $1,759,685.39. And I outlined the details of those payments within the report.
Are there any questions on the check register? Could I have a mover and a seconder to adopt it? Councillor Roberts, Councillor Ryle.
Moved by Councillor Roberts, seconded by Councillor Ryle. Be it resolved that the Haliburton County Committee of the Whole receives for information the staff report on the check register for August 2021. And further, that it be recommended to Haliburton County Council that the check register for August 2021 rejects EFTs and PAPs totaling $1,759,685.39 be hereby approved.
All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Next is the payroll register.
Yes, so in August, we had 2 pay periods, which totaled $460,890.07.
Any questions on the payroll register? Could I have a mover and a seconder to adopt the payroll register? Councillor DeVolen, Councillor Burton.
Moved by Councillor DeVolen, seconded by Councillor Burton. Be it resolved that Haliburton County Committee of the Whole receives for information the staff report on the payroll register for August 2021. And further, that it be recommended to Haliburton County Council that the payroll register for August 2021 with net direct deposits totaling $460,890.07 be hereby approved.
All in favor? That's carried. Next is our IT status report.
So Mr. March is actually in training today. So Mr. Jones is supporting us, but I will be presenting the, I'll be asking if there are any questions, which I can refer to Mr. March and get answers at County Council, if not before.
Are there any questions on the IT status report? Come on, somebody give Mr. Rudder a hard time. Hearing none, could I have a mover and a seconder to accept the report? Councillor DeVolen, Councillor Shell. Thank you.
Moved by Councillor DeVolen, seconded by Councillor Shell. Be it resolved that Haliburton County Committee of the Whole receives for information the September 8th, 2021 IT Department status report.
All in favor? That's carried. So nothing under planning and environment and nothing under personnel. So next up is a tourism report on the on our publication plans.
So each year we put out an RFP for the development and the printing of the Explore My Haliburton Highlands Guide. This is a really effective marketing tool that is in really high demand throughout the county and beyond. This year we received 3 responses to the RFP, one from the Haliburton Echo and Minden Times, one from the Highlander and Parker Pad and Printing. I've outlined the scoring criteria in the staff report. Much thanks to our tourism staff, Tom Lambert and Eric Casper, who evaluated the responses. We did ask for and really emphasized this year that we wanted some creative suggestions on how the document could be improved. All of the responses provided some suggestions, and so but I would say that what really set the Highlanders proposal apart was the solutions that they offered, but also the description that they went into to describe how they would improve the document. Some of it is improving the digital components and the digital distribution. They are, in previous years, the mapping had been on both sides, and so they're suggesting that the map be larger and just on the one side, and then the ads and all of that be on the other side. So improving the usability or the functionality of the mapping. They're talking about GPS coordinates being included in a number of areas. So they did provide some great suggestions, and I'm sure many of them will be incorporated into the new document. And so as a result of that, we're recommending that it be awarded to the Highlander, with the printing being done by Parker Pad and Printing as well.
Are there any questions about the publication? My only question would be that we normally have an opportunity to look at what the face of the publication would look like, and are given some options. Will we have that opportunity or no?
Yeah, that is done usually as we get closer to production.
Okay. Councillor Roberts, you had a question?
No, it was the same. We generally choose the sort of top 3 or 4 pictures that best describe or look at how we feel, you know, and that's always an interesting conversation. I know it's a very small detail, but it is important. So thanks.
It's creativity that we don't get often a chance to get involved in. Okay, so could I have a mover and a seconder to accept the recommendation? Councillor Royale. Seconder. Councillor McKechnie, thank you.
Moved by Councillor Ryle, seconded by Councillor McKechnie, be it resolved that Haliburton County Committee of the Whole recommend to Haliburton County Council that staff enter into an agreement with the Highlander with printing services from Parker Pad and Printing for the creation and sales of the 2022 Explore My Haliburton Highlands Tourism publication, and that this project be at no cost to the County of Haliburton.
All in favor? That's carried. So that is it for the open session today in almost record time. Could I have a mover and a seconder to move into closed, please? Councillor DeVolen and Councillor Burton, thank you.
Moved by Councillor DeVolen, seconded by Councillor Burton, be it resolved that the Haliburton County Committee of the Whole enter into closed session as per section 239 of the Municipal Act 2001 as amended for the following reasons. A position, plan, procedure, criteria, or instruction to be applied to any negotiations carried on or to be carried on by or on behalf of the municipality or local board. And advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose.
All in favor? That's carried. So just take a minute to move into closed.
At our next council meeting on the 22nd of September in the afternoon, we will be having our next steering committee meeting. The working groups have been meeting, most of them on a number of occasions, and so all the CAOs will be bringing updates on the groups that they support. So I expect it will be an informative meeting, and as I say, we'll be seeking some direction in on a number of initiatives.
We look forward to that. And that concludes our business for today. So could I have a mover and a seconder for adjournment? Councillor Ryle, Councillor Roberts.
Moved by Councillor Ryle, seconded by Councillor Roberts, be it resolved that the September 8th, 2021 meeting of Haliburton County Committee of the Whole now adjourn.
All in favor? That's carried. Thanks, everyone. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you too.
Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Bye-bye.